Alright guys, I'm back, and I've been looking at this thing, and looking at it, and looking at it, and I think I finally have come up with a game plan, which is what was messing me up last time. So I have a couple pieces here that I worked on, kind of pre-prepped before starting. Right now, I just really need to craft. I just need to create something. Anything at this point, really. So, here's what we're going with. Miss Erica, who's amazing, Miss Crafting Erica here on YouTube, sent me a couple of these clock chipboard pieces, so I'm using those. She also sent me some gears, and these were the center pieces of the gears. I painted those with Picket Fence white from Tim Holtz. I used the metallics alcohol inks in silver and gold. I used weathered wood, I think, on this one, and then I used a couple of my Prima chalk inks. I used black, and then I used brick wall for the reds on these. I did also emboss all of my little pieces that I plan on putting around the clock. So that's all prepped and ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I thought I was missing one. Kind of freaked out for a second. Okay, so first thing first, I want to set down some Mod Podge. Let me grab a foam brush real quick. Apparently, I was only mostly prepared, so just kidding. Okay, but first I need to stick this in here. So I just took a brad. I just want it to go over the little black, just to give it a little more character. And let me set that in place real quick. Kind of make those a little tight. I want to try to get this complete before my mom goes to bed. It is 9:45. She's probably already asleep, knowing her. That's okay. I just feel like I need to create something. And I don't want to go all the way to the edge because I do want to stick these clock pieces behind it. So I'm just going to kind of go around. And hopefully this isn't too... Again, I'm a little concerned because it is really watery. So I'm going to hope it's not too watery to stick this down. And thank you guys so much for suggestions. As you can see, I have white polka dots everywhere. I took my stencil and I went as far as I could, and then I grabbed an eraser from a pencil and daubed on the rest of them. You guys were so awesome to give me those suggestions because I was literally at a loss. And that was totally not working. Okay, so let me get this stuck down for right now as far as I can go. And then let me get these wood pieces. Now these wood pieces I want to use my soft matte gel with a thinner brush. Maybe. Come on, little buddy. I can never get my nail under the lid. There we go. Maybe I'd get there eventually. Okay, this one's going to go over here. I really like how well this worked out with my other one that I did. So I figured it worked once, let's do it again. And I've been meaning to record this all week. Like I said, I've been kind of game planning it in my head on what exactly I wanted to do with it, and then let's see, Wednesday I had the not doctor appointment, I had a couple errands to run, and I did another Michael's haul, which I think I shared that with you guys, where I got more washi. I'm telling you, man, I'm like collecting washi. If it's washi, I just want it. I don't even have to know what it is. I just know that I want it right now. I'm on a washi binge. Put that up against there. Okay. And then I'm going to take this guy. I really need to see if any of my stores still carry this clock, because I thought I had it, and I apparently do not, but I really want it. So I need to find a place where I can get this die. Because Miss Erica was kind enough to cut some for me, but when I run out, I'm going to freak out, and I'm going to want more, and I won't have them, because I've already used them. So, best solution for that is find the die and purchase it. And then this one is going to go on the other side. I also think the brush that I'm using was gifted to me by Miss Erica as well. And I don't know if she's watching any videos right now, sweetheart, but if you are watching my video, Erica, I have been thinking about you a lot. A lot, a lot. And also Miss Jenny. Been thinking about you a lot too. Hoping you're doing okay. I'm meaning to send you a message. Oh, I'm smearing ink. Oh no! Well, that's good to know. Smudging ink everywhere. And didn't even know it. Look at that. Look at that. Hands are filthy. It's alright though, just means I've been working. Apparently those Prima chalk edgers are not permanent like I thought they were. That, or they're still not dry, which I kind of find hard to believe because I did these hours ago when I was talking to my buddy Kimmy. So they should be dry. I have a feeling they move when they get wet. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Let's do this guy on this side. Okay, good there, good there. And let me just put a baby wipe to my hands real quick, because that was a little unexpected. All good. Comes off really nice and easy. Look at that. Okay, and let me get this stuff right under here. So now I can put my edges down. Possibly. They'll go over. I wonder if I can put a coat of this Mod Podge over without smudging too badly those little clock pieces so I can seal them in. Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to put a top coat on it. I wonder, can you put Mod Podge over pictures? Pictures, because I didn't seal my project because I didn't think, oh, I had a baby wipe, there it is. I didn't think I would need it. So let me just throw some of this down. The black is smudging just a little bit, but it's alright. Maybe it'll seal it a little bit so it stops spreading. Because I know my mother, she'll want to wipe it down every once in a while to get the dust off of it. She uses a damp rag. So I don't want her to think she ruined anything because she, you know, because it's wiping off. And that is not going to dry clear. So, okay, I can't remember where I started. Oh, the bad thing about not having a memory. I think I started down here, right? I hope so. Boy, I hope so. And let me see if I can wipe some of this color off of here. And maybe go around all this. And on top of this picture, while it's still clear. This guy just a second. And put it back. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want it to come off. I have a love-hate relationship with Mod Podge. Anybody else? Anybody? I love Mod Podge because of what it does. I hate Mod Podge because, one, it smells bad. And two, to me, it's sticky, even when it's dry. And that could just be me. I could just be putting too much of a layer on. And when it dries, you can see the streaks. And that, again, could just be me putting too much on. Kind of hoping it's not me, but it very well could be. Okay. I don't want that smearing over here. So I think what I need to do is light coat back on this. Which doesn't matter because now my brush is black. Sometimes I don't think things through when I'm messing with stuff. All good. All good. I just need to do something. I feel like I haven't crafted in forever. Okay. And I think I'm going to go all the way around on this. Again, because my mother will use a wet rag. Oh, I got chunks in there. Off, little buddy. So hopefully this will allow her to be able to take a wet rag to it without messing anything up. Just do a real quick coat all around the edges here. Not too worried about the edges. She usually doesn't remember those. She just wants what she can see to be nice and clean. So, okay, so there's that. Now, okay, all of that. and dab it over here, dump some of that over here, and dot that off, and then do my red, which the red actually won't affect it too much because it blends in. Just that black. Okay. And since I have, well, maybe the red will affect it. Darn you. You were supposed to be a white dot. There we go. Okay, so let's try that again. A little extra here, a little extra here, because I have some things that I'm going to add around the edges, which would be these guys. So hopefully the Mod Podge will just stick that right to it. And this guy. Okay. And I'll take this guy. Oh, I forgot to keep my brush in a wet spot. Okay, so that one on top of that one. Come here, little buddy. Whoa, just kidding. Hopefully my head hasn't been getting in the way. My fingers are all sticky with Mod Podge. Okay, and I'm done with this one. Let's toss that. Try to get the glue out of this guy. Toss this one. Oh, my fingers. Okay, let's not clean our hands with the one that's soaked in Mod Podge. Alright. So Brianna had her first 2 games this week. And you can definitely tell that our team has the new guys on it because they did really bad. But, you know, talking to the coach had explained that a lot of these girls have never, ever played softball in their lives, which Brianna is one of them. She's never played softball before. So this is all new to her. So, you know, they're all in the learning process and they're all learning together, which is awesome. And I guess a lot of the girls from last year's team who are now in high school have stopped by to help teach and train the young women on this team. So, you know, they've had practice for all of 2 weeks now, I think. Has it been 2 or 3 weeks? I think it's been 2. Could be wrong. It wouldn't be a first time. And I think I'm going to just stick these guys right into the Mod Podge. Okay, I have Mod Podge stuck to my finger and it's sticky. Off you go, little buddy. Okay. Just have all these random little dots that I had from the gears, and I didn't know what else I would use them on, so I figure now's as good a time as any. Just hope they stick. Hope I got them down in time into the Mod Podge. I think so. Okay, and then these guys, let me start with what's going on bottom. I'm pretty sure we were talking earlier. What was I saying? I think we were talking about how Wednesday, wow, 20 minutes later. Hey, it only took me 20 minutes to get this far. I'm pretty impressed with me. Anyways, so Wednesday I was running a few errands, and I stopped at Michael's, and I was talking to the store manager at the location that I went to, which I tell you what, there are some stores that you can walk into and not see a single employee, and I'm not talking just Michael's, I'm talking like in any retail chain nowadays, and not see a single person. And then there's some stores that you walk in and there's people everywhere, and it's awesome. So this one store that I go to, which is the one that I was promoting for, which is Superstitions Shopping Center, they just have like phenomenal customer service. I can't rant and rave about them enough. And like I said, I was talking to the store manager because, you know, I worked for Walgreens. I don't know if, you know, some of my new subscribers may not know this, but I worked for Walgreens for 13 years, and 7 of those 13 years I was an assistant manager. And there is nothing fun about being a manager on duty and having to listen to customers complain about things you can't do anything about. You know, I can't change the ad prices. I can't change the fact that your coupon expired yesterday. I'm sorry that the doctor hasn't called in your prescription refill. You know, things like that. And, you know, you have to do customer service. You smile and you apologize, and even though it's not your fault, you handle business and you move on. Well, like I said, I was so used to just complaint after complaint after complaint that I've realized it's actually really important to give compliments when they are, you know, as they happen. So, the store that I go to, I just get the best customer service there. Everyone seems to actually enjoy their job, and that's really nice because a lot of stores that I walk into, people just seem miserable working. Like, they just seem so angry that they're where they are instead of, you know what, I have a job. I would love to have a job. I would love to have a job. I feel like these are too... Oh, is it already stuck down? Yeah, because of the Mod Podge. Snaps. Okay, let's try this again. My bad. But, you know, I just feel like so many people are so angry with their jobs and what they do. And no, I didn't wake up every single day going, yes, I love my job and I love what I do for 13 years. There were days where I'm like, oh, do I have to? But I still went in, I still put a smile on my face, and I did my job. And so I was giving this guy compliments on his store, the store manager, and letting him know, you know, it's not always about the complaints. You know, there are people out there who will take the time to give you a compliment when it's deserved. And I wanted to let him know that, you know, I thought he had some of the friendliest employees I've ever seen. You know, they might look at me and go, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know how to make that. I don't know what that is. But they'll always try to find an answer for me, which is awesome. That's good customer service. You may not have a clue what paper stack I'm talking about, but they always seem to try to find the answer. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that they go above and beyond and try to help me get what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And so anyways, I was giving him compliments, and we were chit-chatting for a little bit, and I went to leave, and he actually followed me out of the store and had asked me what I do for a living. And I told him, I was like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And he offered me a job. It was like biggest compliment I could have ever received. He had asked me, he said, you know, I'm looking for a customer service manager for my store. Mine is transferring, and she's leaving the state, so I need someone to replace her. And I looked at him and I was like, oh my gosh, what a dream job for a crafter. Like, seriously. I would have loved to work for Michael's. Now, I say that as a customer. I don't know what it's actually like to work for Michael's. But I was so excited. So I came home, and my husband came home a couple hours later, and I talked to him about it, and I was like, you know what? What do you think? You know, for him, because he's happy where he's at, but he feels like there's no opportunity to grow anymore. Um, Walgreens used to be the company to work for if you were looking for a promotion, because we were popping up stores like flies. They were just popping up all over the place. And now, you know, the economy has changed so much that it is really hard to get promoted. So, you know, he was looking at it and looking at it, and he sat down and, you know, he thought about filling out an application, and he did. Threw his application out there, and, you know, we haven't heard anything back yet, but that's okay. It's out there, you know? So, then yesterday I had a doctor's appointment with the hematologist, and I have to do more blood work, which I got done today, so that's why I haven't been able to record through the daytime while my kids are... Oh, why did I close that? Because I haven't quite decided if I'm going to use these or not. I'm not quite sure. My dogs are really yappy. Okay, anyways, so I went today and I got my blood work done, and I don't know about you guys, but man, I really hate needles. I have 2 massive tattoos. I have a huge one that covers my entire left shoulder blade, pretty much, of Tinkerbell, and then I have a huge one that covers, you know, it doesn't cover, but it goes from my kneecap almost down to my ankle, and it's like a tribal hibiscus thing. That's no big deal to me. Like, my leg hurt when it got close to the bone on my knee, but the tattoos weren't as bad. You poke a single needle in my arm, and I'm just like, oh, I'm in pain forever. I hate it. I flippin' hate it. So, anyways, the lady was talking to me, and I had told her, I said, you know, the last time I had to do this was back in June, and that lady had explained to me that I have to use a pediatric needle, apparently. My veins don't like to put on a show. It's just not their thing. Which is probably the reason why I hate needles. So yeah, apparently my veins are so small, they hide. Who knew? So they don't like, my veins just don't like people. Which I can't really say I blame them. So, yeah, so she kind of looked at me and was like, are you sure? And I'm like, that's what I've been told. I don't know. I don't, you know, I don't poke myself every day, so I can't tell you if I'm finding a vein or not. It's just not my thing. And so she, you know, she put the thing on my arm and starts making me pump a fist and all that stuff, and she looks at me and she goes, your veins are so little that it's no wonder why people don't think they're there. Like, what do you mean? She goes, they're really little. Like, yeah, well, it's because they don't like you. Not you personally. They just don't like your job. Just, I'm telling you, man, I don't, ugh. And I think the waiting game is, like, the worst part. Because I have to wait for my labs to come back, and I don't see this doctor again until September 8th. And so the waiting game is just, it just kills me because, again, I go worst of the worst. And nobody panic. I'm not allowed to panic. You guys aren't allowed to panic. But that dreaded C word came up today. And my blood work was to basically eliminate leukemia as an option. So, you know, I was, she looked at my blood work and said that none of the signs were there for me having it, but she wants to eliminate it to make sure I don't have it. And so, yeah. So now, from now until September 8th, even though she said that my blood work doesn't show that I have it, I'm still going to sit there and go, well, do I? Am I going to be the first person in my family that I'm aware of to have it? Like, ugh, I hate that. I flippin' hate that. Sorry, a certain little someone came in. She was probably trying to ask me a question. But her dad's sitting right there. So she can go ask him. So, anyways. Yeah, so we're checking for like vitamin B deficiencies, we're checking for iron deficiencies, we're checking for that darn leukemia word, we're looking for, she said there was a couple of other things that she wanted to check out just to find out. She honestly thinks, and this is again just what she said today, she honestly thinks that I'm more anemic, and that's why my blood is so thick. I don't know. I don't get any of it. I don't know how any of it works. I just smile and nod and go, uh-huh, okay. I don't know how it works. So she's thinking I'm anemic and I just need to take iron pills and that'll solve my blood issue. Again, I don't know. I smile and nodded up until she said that L word, and I went, wait, what? Wait, what did you say to me? She goes, no, I don't want you to panic. I see that you have anxiety on your charts. I don't want you to freak out just yet. I'm like, too late. Way to go. Good job, Doc. So she started laughing. She's like, no, I don't see any evidence for you to have it, but we need to rule it out just in case. I'm like, all right, I don't like this game. I don't like waiting to find out. So she, got me in for this the soonest she could get me in, which was September 8th. I mean, that's like, oy, it feels like forever away. But then again, I don't want September 8th to come too quickly because then my son will turn 8. And I'm not ready for that either. Because my son's birthday is September 4th. Got some there, got some there, got some there, got some there. I need to glob this somewhere else. Where am I going? I just want to glob some sparkles on it. So, yeah, that's how my week went. I got offered a management position and then told that I might possibly have leukemia. So, there we go. Bam. Week in a nutshell. Jeez Louise, I tell ya. And I hate it when doctors go, oh, I don't want you to worry. Wait, you just told me what I might have. And I'm not allowed to worry just a little bit. I'm not allowed to panic at all. Like, wait, what? This doesn't work for me. I have to panic just a little bit. I have to, like, mentally prepare myself. Because if you come at me and say that that's what it is, I want to be somewhat prepared. Let's not panic just yet, is what she said. Those were the words she used. Let's not panic just yet. Great. How about you not panic, and I'll just prepare myself for the panic? Yeah? So, talked to my husband about it. My husband is so, like, he's really good at not worrying until it's time to worry, which is why I think we balance each other out so well. Because he just looked at me, and I was, like, tearing up, and he goes, babe, we have to take it one day at a time, and right now, it's not a yes, and it's not a no. So, if it's not a yes yet, we can't panic about it just yet. We have to wait. And I'm like, but I don't want to wait. But unfortunately that is part of the game. You do have to wait. So I call him my chill pill because that's exactly what he is for me. He just totally knows how to make me take a deep breath and go, okay, we're good. We're good. Whatever comes our way, we're good. We'll figure it out. We've always worked it out before. We will work it out again and just deal with it head on. I think I'm kind of liking where this is going. I wasn't too sure about these speckle thingies. I really like the texture they add to them. Totally off subject. Sorry, guys. But now you guys understand why I needed to craft. I needed to just do something. I would say to get my mind off of it, but that's not true because, well, obviously I'm talking about it right now. But I feel like I'm talking amongst friends, and it's just kind of a venting you know, just when you sit and talk with your friends and you get things off your chest and they pat you on the back and go, you know what, everything's going to be fine, we're going to be good, and you got this. So, I think I'm calling it quits with this thing. 35 minutes. See? Now that's how it was supposed to go. I had a game plan this time. I was ready to go. Bam. Done. I likes it. I gotta wait for it to dry and do its thing. I think it looks rather cool. It's got all our little things on it that she wanted. There were a couple little grunge pieces in there. And there we go. See, all I needed was a game plan. That was it. That's all I needed. A couple of days to think about what I was doing with it, and finito, she is finished. Alright guys, I will talk to you guys soon, and like I said, we're not panicking. There's no panic. I will keep you guys updated, but again, I have to wait until September 8th before I even know anything. So, I don't know what our next project is going to be, but I'll figure it out when we get there. I will see you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And hello to all my new subbies. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with the crazy person who doesn't know what she's doing. All right, bye, guys.